Right, I'm just editing and I've realised I've actually lost my first fucking clip. So I've just woken up from a nap, so my voice sounds weird. Basically, I'm gonna go in to start talking about I've mixed the dye, but you don't know what I'm fucking talking about. So basically, in the clip that I lost, I said that I dye my eyebrows and my eyelashes. So I'm gonna show you what I use quickly. I use this eyelash tint in brown, and then the peroxide. Cheers for that one. Memory card, fucking love it. I've mixed the tint and the developer, so I've mixed it to look like this. Now that I've mixed it, I'm gonna start putting it on my eyebrows, and I'm gonna use this spoolie. This is just like a disposable one, and it's orange because I tried to do bleach brows with orange concealer, but it didn't work, and it stained the spoolie. But there's no concealer on there now. What I do is I brush it up a little bit. It just makes them more spread out, so all the hairs will be coated in the dye. And then literally I just get my little brush and then brush it on, and then I try and get it in the shape of my eyebrow as close to it as possible. And so I'm just coating it on. I've gone a bit out of the line there. Okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna try and do my eyelashes. I'm gonna try and spoolie the lashes. I've now put it on my eyebrows and my lashes, and it's gone fucking wrong on my lower lashes. So I really hope this doesn't stain my skin. I'm going to leave these on for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to wash it off with warm water, and I'll come back after I've washed it off. I've now scrubbed it all off, and you can tell I've really scrubbed it because my eyebrows are all red. For my eyelashes, it's kind of stained under my eyelashes, and it hasn't really done anything to my bottom ones, but it has made them dark on the top, so I probably would do it to the top ones again. When I'm scrubbing it off my eyebrows, I take it off like that first with water, and then I start scrubbing against the grain, and then once I think that I've got it all off, and I then push my eyebrows up like that to make sure there's no more on my skin. So to start trimming my eyebrows, I first of all trim them with scissors. So I brush the front of my eyebrows up to my arch, and I brush them off as much as possible. I take the scissors and then just trim straight across. And then I do the same on the tail of my brow. And then I brush my hairs down from the arch to the tail. And then trim that. Now that I've roughly done that, so I can see clearly where there's hairs what are not going to be in my eyebrow shape, so I'm going to start plucking them. So I've now plucked as many hairs what were out of my shape as I want to, because I don't want to go into the shape. I'm now gonna start actually doing my eyebrow routine, and this is a routine I started doing probably a month ago. What I used to do, I used to brush my eyebrows up and then use the ABH dark brown dip brow, but I've now started to use the ABH brow wiz, and it actually works so much better than for me. And I've also been using the medium brown brow wiz, and I think that's such a better colour for me in general over dark brown. I'm gonna brush my eyebrows up. I'm gonna go in with my concealer first instead of shaping it with concealer after. So I use the Maybelline Fit Me in 15 and a flat like square top brush, and this is the Sigma E15, and then I sort of sketch at the bottom of my brows. And then once I've underlined my brow, I drag it over across to the other one, because then it makes them like level, even though this eyebrow's a lot higher than this one. My camera's really wonky. And why I do the concealer first is because it like really shapes out the bottom of my brow and like stencils them out without like using harsh product on your brow, and I just think it's so much easier to just fill them in. So where I can now see where my shape is, I'm going to go back in and pluck the hairs that are out of the shape. Now I've shaped them, I'm going to start using my brow wiz in medium brown, and I do short little flicks to like create like hairs, and I start in the middle here to darken it. And then at the front, so from probably here to here, I start doing up flicks, so it doesn't look like a filled in brow. Well, it obviously looks like a filled in brow. It doesn't look like a, I don't really know, like harsh sort of. It looks more like I've tried to recreate hairs, if that makes any sense. So I start flicking up. And then, so like here for example, I do it a little bit darker. And then at the arch of my brow, I do downward flicks, because that's the way the hair grows. So basically, all the flicks I do are the way the hair grows, or I try to do it like that. So I've done a line down to where that concealer is, and then I'll just sort of start to fill in my arch, and then sometimes I go over where my brows grow on the arch, because my brows don't really grow an arch very well. Now that I've filled it in, I'm going to brush it out with the spoolie, just to blend it all. And I brush it up. And then with my dark brown brow wiz, because I have two, because I ran out of the medium brow wiz what I've had since Christmas, and I thought, well, I'm going to try the dark brown and see how that goes, and it's so dark for my eyebrows, so I still use it, but I mainly use the medium brown. So with the dark brown one, I'm going to go over the arch and the tail really lightly in like brush strokes, just to fill it in a little bit more and darken my arch. And I do it really lightly. I just take the brush again, and it doesn't really have any product on it left, and I just go over the underneath again. finally, to finish it off, I'm going to do the other one off camera because you don't need to see it twice. I'm going to use the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel, and this is in chocolate, it's in chocolate, and I'm going to brush my hairs up. I'm going to now do my other eyebrow and then I'm going to come back on camera. Oh, I keep looking in the mirror and not the lens. I was just doing my other brow and I forgot to mention that once I fill them in and everything, I take the brush what I use the concealer on and then like do upward strokes at the front of my brow because it, I don't know, it just makes it look more hair-like. That is my brow routine. So I know they don't exactly match and they look kind of different every time I sort of do them. They look slightly different because, I mean, they're always going to look a little bit different and they're never going to really look even. So this is the brow I'm doing at the moment. I mean, it's not natural, but it's not exactly like a dark, harsh brow. So this is my brow routine and hope you enjoyed the brow routine. Goodbye.